Alright, so I call this product review. So these are the things that I regularly buy, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why and what I do to use them and all that stuff. So I'm going to first start with breads, okay? Obviously everybody knows Ezekiel bread, and it is expensive. It is a hardcore bread. It's pretty hard and grainy. But people don't also know that there's also a competing brand called Alvarado Street bread, which is the same premise. It's exactly the same macro breakdown, exactly the same calories, not made with flour, but it is different and it is cheaper. And they also make bagels, and these bagels are ridiculously good. And then there's a gluten-free bread. Most gluten-free breads are absolutely disgusting, and they have a lot of fat in them because a lot of the times to make the moisture come back from the lack of the gluten protein, they put extra fat in it to give it more flavor. Now this is Canyon Bakehouse gluten-free bread, and this bread is so good, ridiculous, very expensive, $5.99 a loaf. And I talked about this before. Everybody always knows Wyman's blueberries, my favorite blueberries, and I buy frozen because, in my opinion, it is cheaper. I don't have to worry about it going bad in the refrigerator. I know there's not going to be junky preservatives all over it and stuff because a lot of times they'll pick them right there and they'll freeze them, so they're not going to be sprayed with any chemicals that are going to prevent them from ripening, which a lot of the fruits and vegetables are sprayed with on the transit time, because a lot of them will come from afar and they spray them and keep the truck irrigated with a certain mixture so it doesn't ripen. So I love Wyman's blueberries. I'm going to talk about cereals now. So obviously, you know, with my GI issues, I have to eat a lot of food, and you know, eating 90 grams of carbs per meal, I lose weight on that. Cream of wheat, oat bran cereal, and I do oatmeal, and I do Ezekiel bread. That's the only carbs I've been eating. And people are like, it's an awful lot of wheat. It's okay. Everybody's gonna be fine. And I add some oat bran in there to get a little extra fiber because the cream of wheat doesn't really have any fiber. It's fortified with B vitamins and calcium. So I do change this up. I'll usually have oat bran once or twice a day, and it's not many carbs per serving. So I mean, a half cup of this dry is only 25 grams of carbs. So you cook a cup of this, it's a lot. So when you're dieting, sometimes this creates more volume of food than say like things like oatmeal do when you're looking at it visually, not calorie-wise, density-wise. But it's good. People forget about stuff like this. Why do I do gluten-free waffles? Because they're gluten-free? No, because they taste better to me. They not only taste better to me, they're much lighter for whatever reason. So like for a while in the off season, I was having these post-workout, you know, for a change up to have fun. Because, you know, when you're dieting for so long for a prep and you exit prep, you don't want to throw it away eating garbage and junk. So I used to toast a bunch of these bad boys and eat them with some bananas and some real maple syrup, not sugar-free crap. And since we're in the category waffles, I'm going to talk about syrups and jams. Everybody's all into the anti-gluten-free, all into gluten-free, and because they think it, you know, that causes inflammation, it's preventing from losing weight, and it causes gas and bloating. Yet they're dumping sugar-free syrup and crap that has tons of mannitol, sugar alcohols, and things that are known to cause GI distension, gas, and upset stomach, which I don't get. So why not just have 100 grams of cream of rice and make the difference up with real maple syrup? So real maple syrup doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup and junk. You look at the ingredient list and it says 100% pure maple syrup, no added crap. And this is a jam that I use. Do you guys realize that high fructose corn syrup can cause gas and upset stomach? That's why some people, when they eat too much of that shit, they get a headache, they feel crap, nauseated. A lot of it's high fructose corn syrup. So when you're picking jams to bring to shows, in my opinion, pick one like fruit reserves that's straight cane sugar and real organic fruit. And it's just, it's natural. It's more gonna, it's not full of a bunch of the crap. Peanut butters, everybody knows, you know, peanut butters, natural peanut butters. And the reason why we choose natural peanut butter is because it doesn't have the added palm oil, hydrogenated oils that emulsify the oil in with the peanuts. So the oil that separates is a natural thing. Whenever you see it stuck in here, it's, you know, they add stuff to it to emulsify it together. And a lot of those are very saturated fats, not to mention some of them add added sugar to it, which is, like I said, not a big deal. Everybody's so afraid of sugar. It's such a marginal amount. So we're moving over to olives. I love olives, and olives not for everybody. But Kalamata olives, sometimes I'll, in the off season or even contest time, take away some of my olive oil that I'm allotted, in a meal. 1 teaspoon's 4.5 grams. So I'll add 3 olives, break them up, put them in my salad. But it's a good change up, good variety. It's important to get variety. There's not enough variety in a lot of bodybuilders' diets. And I'll move on to my favorite off season after prep. I love cereal. I love bananas. And I'll eat boxes of cereal. And my favorite cereal of all time is this brand, Nature's Path Organic. And they make Sunrise Crunchy Cinnamon. It's gluten-free. Do I pick it because it's gluten-free? No, it just tastes awesome. And the best part about it in the off season, when you're trying to after prep, you want to feel full without consuming astronomical amounts of calories in one sitting. I mean, you go to have a double bacon cheeseburger with cheese and fries, that's equivalent to probably 3 boxes of cereal. Rice, and everybody knows this, but I want to go over tips again because everybody always asks, I'm getting so sick of eating rice. You need a rice cooker, and the key ingredient is all natural, better than bouillon. I'll stress it again. A lot of you guys I know have tried it and they love it, but play with this one. Put 3 cups of rice in here. Maybe start with a teaspoon of this, and maybe eventually go up to 2 teaspoons, depending on how moist and sticky you want it. Because eating 2 cups of rice at a restaurant that's very sticky and moist rice is so easy. And then you try to eat 2 cups or 3 cups of rice that you make at home that's dry, and it takes you eternity, and you end up eating the meat and throwing the rice out because you can't stand it. Learn how to cook awesome rice. Simple as pie. Rice cooker, better than bouillon. Alright, so the last part is infused olive oils. This company, Ariston, makes unbelievable olive oil. They won a bunch of awards nationwide about the best tasting olive oil. And I have pesto infused olive oil. And let me tell you something, when you smell this, no, it doesn't add any sugar or anything, chemicals. It's just, it feels like you're smelling focaccia bread. It's amazing. 1 teaspoon though packs so much flavor, so you don't need very much. Cook vegetables in this in off season. Cook your chicken in this. Add it to your chicken after it's cooked, before it's cooked. Cook it in it. Marinate it in it. There's so many things you can do. I have pesto olive oil. I have garlic, which is very powerful. 1/2 teaspoon over a pound of vegetables gives you a nice garlic flavor without any added sodium or junk. All these infused olive oils are the same way. I have oregano infused olive oil. It smells just like oregano. It's so good. So these can be dipping, and obviously people who are not, dieting, for dinner with your family, you can, take the pesto infused olive oil and have it like a little for dipping bread. I have rosemary infused olive oil. This is excellent with pork. The other day my girlfriend marinated rosemary olive oil with a rub on pork loin and roasted in the oven. It's excellent, excellent. But these are fantastic ways to make things taste so much better, and it's simple. You don't have to follow a crazy recipe or anything. It's just simple because we're all looking for simplicity, affordability, and most importantly, taste. And the last part is people always drinking, regular vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and you can argue with me all you want. And this is aged balsamic vinegar. It's 10 calories per tablespoon. 2 tablespoons covers my whole salad. It's 20 calories. It does have a little sugar in it because it's sweet, but it doesn't add any fats at all. Aged balsamic vinegar. Just think outside the box. Be creative. Don't think about crazy recipes, and all these people being hardcore and blending their chicken, their rice together and drinking it. It's just gross. Learn to love food, learn to cook food, and learn to be creative.